Getting reviews for your KDP book is one of the most important things. Everybody knows this, yet nobody really understands what is the safest way to get to your first 50 reviews. The last book that I published myself, I used this service to get to my first 50 reviews, and well, let's just say the results were absolutely astonishing. Not only did I get 50 reviews, I surpassed 100 reviews, even higher than that in a short period of time. So I wanted to dedicate an entire video and talk about what my experience has been like with the service called For You KDP Reviews. That's coming up right now. Let's go. Hey everybody, it's Emeka here, and this is the Publishing Academy YouTube channel. And our goal right here is to do one thing: give you the absolute best free KDP content available so you can take it and use it to make money today. So down the road, you can work with me and my team, and we can help you scale to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month or beyond with your Amazon KDP business. So in this video, we're talking all about reviews, and we are going to be talking about my personal experience on the last book that I published with a service called For You KDP Reviews. Now, it's been a little while since I've talked about reviews. I talk a lot about them in 2025, and now we're sitting here, May 2026, and well, we can say a few things have changed over the last few months. So I thought this would be a great time to start this video off with some of the changes and what to expect in terms of launching a new book and how many reviews you should be getting. To start things off, the importance of reviews hasn't changed. You need reviews, social proof, in order for your books to sell. You need reviews in order for your ads to convert. Reviews are one of the most powerful signals, the second most powerful signals that Amazon's AI looks for in order to push your book out to more people. So reviews are of the utmost and the most important thing to be getting once you publish your book. How many reviews and how quickly you need those reviews, though, has definitely changed. A lot of my old videos talked about get your first 100 reviews as fast as you can. And that used to be the case many moons ago. Today, getting to your first 50 reviews is really all you need going forward in 2026. Now you may ask yourself, so why the big change? Well, before, back in fall, summer of 2025, we were able to get a lot more reviews in a much shorter period of time. So what did that do? That meant everybody publishing books as self-publishers could get to 100 reviews in record time, in a matter of weeks. So that increased the bar across the scale. But as we've learned, Amazon's made some changes, and so no longer getting a ton of reviews on your book makes the best sense to keep your account as safe as possible. So that means not everybody's getting to 100 reviews super quick. So that means not everybody needs to focus on getting to 100 reviews super quick. So the bar has lowered, and I think this is great for two reasons. One, the people who do have a higher budget and are able to get to 100 reviews really quick, yeah, you guys are going to stand out. There's more market share for you now. But everybody else, you don't have to stress about trying to get to 100 reviews as fast as possible. You can focus on just getting your book to 50 reviews, which is still going to take a little bit of time, but it won't take as much time as getting your first 100. So I just wanted to start off the video just clarifying that first and foremost. I want to talk about the service called For You KDP Reviews. This is the service brought to you by Will, who is a successful self-publisher on his own right, and he's been running this service out of Texas for a number of years. The concept for For You KDP Reviews is really simple. What they do is they run targeted Facebook ads to people interested in your particular book topic. Once people click on the ad and say, hey, I want to read this book, they message them, they send them the book, and then they follow up with those people up to 10 times in order to get a review left on your Amazon page. What is absolutely fantastic about this service, it is the only service that is 100% fully compliant with Amazon as of today's date. Meaning they are looking for actual readers who are interested in your book. Those people voluntarily read your book and then voluntarily leave a review. There's no gray area. there's no whatever. And that is one of the reasons I have full confidence in using Will's service for my books and on my account. Another reason I love this service is it's like zero work on your part. As a self-publisher, we have a ton of stuff going on. Compile that onto, family duties, parent duties, a full-time job, whatever the case is. Some of you, maybe like me, don't have a ton of time to do all the review tactics that it takes using some of the other services out there. With Done For You KDP Reviews, the only thing you need to do is take a 15-minute phone call with them and reply to an email or two. That's it. They literally handle everything else. They set up the Facebook page for you. They run the ads for you. They send people your book. They follow up with those people up to, I believe, 10 times until the job is done. Then they send you emails every now and then, every couple weeks, maybe it's once a month, I'm not really sure, but I've got a few emails from them and they're just little updates on, hey, here's where we're at, here's where we're at, here's where we're at. And that's it. This has been by far the easiest bunch of reviews I have ever got on any of my books in the last 10 years. One of the big benefits is because they're going out and they're finding actual readers who are interested in your particular topic, the quality of reviews is next to none. Unlike some of the other services where it's more publishers helping out publishers type of thing, the review quality for people who are actually interested in your book always tends to be significantly higher than when it's more of a peer versus peer thing. And I still use a lot of those services, Book Village, Book Bounty, Book Reaver, to get reviews to top it up on some of my other books for sure. I just wanted to do a solo test to see exactly what I could get out of Done For You KDP Reviews. So there's been a lot of positivity thrown around Done For You KDP Reviews. So what's the one negative thing about Done For You KDP Reviews? And I don't look at it as a negative thing. I look at it as, well, no, it's a negative thing for somebody like myself who teaches people the business, because it's something that not all of my students are able to use when they're brand new. And that's the only issue that I have. But that's a positive thing for those of you who are a little bit more experienced or you have a little bit more cash flow to play around with, because there's a gatekeeper on it, and that's price, right? So it is not a cheap service most of the time. Now, it does get cheaper the more you use it when you're using it to build a particular brand of books. When you're title stacking the same type of book on top of each other, it gets really, really cheap long term. But that initial launch, it is a little pricey. And I'm going to break down exactly how much I ended up paying per review in a second here. But other than that, it's a flawless 10 out of 10 in my experience using them. And I'm definitely going to give you a caveat on the types of books that they work with and whether or not you should consider using them here in a second as well, because definitely they are not for everybody. All right. So what are the actual stats from my last book launch? Well, I have them here. I'm looking on my computer right here. Today's May 9th. I launched my book on March 12th. And when I took down these notes, it was exactly 56 days from the date of launch to the date that I counted all of the reviews. So in 56 days, I received 244 reviews from Done For You KDP Review. We have an average of a 4.8 star rating, and that works out to roughly 4.4 reviews per day. So how much did that cost me? That cost me $6.15 per review. So yes, the package that I ended up going with was a $1,500 package. A lot of it's determined on your book and how much the Facebook ads are going to cost. They do have a small fee that they do take care of, but the majority of the cost is running your Facebook ads. And that changes based on your niche and how well your book is perceived. Now, I want to be clear, Will asked me to say this when I was creating the video. The results I ended up getting for my book are exceptional. This is not something that's very common for them to get. I had over a 20% conversion rate with readers leaving reviews. That's insane. However, I'm going to talk about why and how you can ensure that you're going to get such a high conversion rate as well when you're using a service like Done For You KDP Reviews. If you want to publish a book on Amazon and make money from it, I got this for you. I'm running a free 3-day publish and profit challenge. By the end of it, you'll have a book published on Amazon and making your first sales. I've been publishing for over 9 years. I've published hundreds of books, helped thousands of people do the same. If you don't know where to start, or you can't find a profitable topic, or you just don't want to waste time or money, this is for you. Day 1 is finding your topic, creating your book title, getting your cover locked in. Day 2, it's all about building your book. It's doing the research, creating the outline, and writing your entire book. And then day 3, polishing your book, publishing it on Amazon, and showing you how to generate your first sales. And this is free. I'm showing you the exact way to build this business without having to hide it behind a paid course. And to show you how simple this is, my 10-year-old daughter has even published her own book using this exact same framework.
Actually, Daddy, I promise free.
You're also going to get my free support group, and you're going to get the custom GPT that I built specifically to help you with this challenge. Just click the link in the description or go to publishingacademy.com/challenge. You'll get an email. It'll be the link to get into the SKOOL group. In the classroom section, everything's laid out. Go do it now. Another thing that I loved about seeing all the reviews on Amazon right now is the amount of images that people left on Amazon. So I have so many images that people shared that are absolutely adorable when they left reviews on Amazon. And that is something, as you know, you can't get anything better than that. Images or videos. I don't have any video reviews here, but that's fantastic. Another thing that I will point out, because I know you guys are going to ask in the comments, are they verified or unverified? These are 95% unverified reviews. Verified or unverified doesn't matter, right? Verified, I guess, is better if you want your reviews to show up across all marketplaces, but I primarily sell this book in the US, so I don't care that they're all unverified reviews. All I care is that they stick, there's some pictures on them, and it's a 4.8 out of 5. That's all I cared about. And so you might be asking yourself, well, Emeka, I thought it was risky to get so many reviews in such a short period of time. We're talking about, what was it, 244 reviews. Oh, shit. 269 reviews now that I'm filming this. So they still coming in, right? 269 reviews in like 60 days or so. Well, Amazon doesn't care about how fast you get reviews on your books as long as they're legitimate reviews. Now, what makes a legitimate review? It's the person's account who's leaving the review. Are they leaving reviews on a lot of different products? Yes. If I click on the reviews of the people who have left reviews on my book and I look at the other products that they leave, you might see a book or two in there, but then you're just going to see a whole bunch of random Amazon products. Compare that to using one of the well-known services that we've used for reviews for the longest period of time here. You'll just see, you'll click on the customer's review profile and it's just a whole bunch of books that they're reviewing. That right there is one of the biggest flags for Amazon on whether or not the review is coming from a legit account. That is the single biggest reason books get blocked and accounts get closed right there. So it's not a question of review velocity. You can get reviews as fast as you possibly can. The question is, are you getting legit reviews from legit Amazon shopping accounts? That's the difference. And that is what you're paying for. This is why I was willing to pay $1,500 to get an estimated, I think the estimated I should get like around 60 reviews for that. But that's why I was willing to pay for that, because I was, the goal was to get about 60 legit reviews that were going to come from customers and the reviews were going to stick. Now, why did my book have such a high success rate when it came to Done For You KDP Reviews? There's 2 reasons that I think really helped this. The first one is this book took about 4 months to create, maybe 3.5. It is of the highest caliber quality. I paid $1,100 for an editor. The cover is exceptional. The book itself, the content is absolutely exceptional. The topic, well, it's a blend of 2 topics together. So like the actual keyword is technically not profitable, but I took a book that was doing well. I took another niche that was up and coming and I blended it together. So if you're brand new, God forsake, don't try that approach at all. but I knew it was something that people were going to want because I could read between the lines and I was able to create it. And that doesn't always happen. I could have fallen flat on my face with this book 100%, right? In fact, sales are a little slower than I would have liked for some of the other books that I have in this niche, but that's probably why. But sales are still consistent, I would say. I wouldn't say they're strong, wouldn't say they're non-existent. They're just consistent. But using a service like For You KDP Reviews, you can't have a good book. You can't have a okay book. You have to have exceptional books. And to be frank with you, majority of you don't have books good enough to use this level of service yet. Some of you do 100%, but the majority of you don't. And what I love about Will is when you book a call to speak to their team, they deny books that they don't think are at the level that need to be in order to get the results that the customer, the publisher wants. And that, I think, is an amazing thing for the company because they're not going to take you on and they know is they're like, this book sucks. Like, this is just not going to do well, because then they're going to have one pissed off customer and they don't want that. So they actually deny people. That's why you can't just, you have to go, you have to apply with them. And we'll talk about how that process works here in a second, but you have to have an exceptional book. So this is where you have to do your due diligence and make sure that you have an exceptional book, you have an exceptional cover, you have an exceptional title, you have content that speaks directly to your customer, that solves the specific problem that they want. Because if you don't do any of that and they run your Facebook ads, and then people who have the problem get your book and then read it and they're like, this is shit, this is not good, they're going to bombard your book with 1, 2, and 3-star reviews. And that will kill your book and you will not make any ROI on this service at all. So this is the big difference between this service and Village, Bounty, and Reverb. These are real readers with real opinions, with a real problem to solve. And they're saying, fine, I see this ad. Oh, I have this problem. Let me get this book for free. Hopefully it'll solve my problem. And if you can't deliver on that, good luck. And so that is the first gate that you have to get through. The second thing is you have to pick an in-demand topic that is niche down enough. If you were trying to do a book on like weight loss for women or something like that, right? Women over 50. Or like, for example, the chair yoga for seniors. I would not in a million years run this service for chair yoga for seniors. There's too many variables that could go wrong with that. But also the niche is just so broad and it can be so picky. And there's just this type of service works a lot better if you have a niche that is a bit more narrow, a bit more defined, and is a more specific focused customer. And I hope this is coming across the right way. I really do. But this is one of the reasons that I think my book did exceptionally well, because it's in a broader niche, but it's extremely narrow. I think almost a little too narrow. That's probably why sales are a little slower. But it was very, very narrow focus. And I think that's part of the reason it did so well. So, but like I said, you should book a call with them. There's a link down below to do that. And they will walk you through this process. So look, why don't we shift gears and let me tell you how this process works. So if you're confident that you have an exceptional book and you're confident that, hey, I'm in a niche, this is my specific target customer. I can't say who your target customer is. You don't have one. You shouldn't go for it yet. Then what you do is you click the link down below and you can book a call with their team. And on that call, you're going to, I think you show them your book, right? Or you might actually send them your book when you book the call and they'll deny you if they think it's not worth even to do a call. But let's say you get on the call, then they'll talk to you about your book and everything. And then what they do is they actually start running some free test ads for you. I believe they're free. I'm almost positive they're free. Don't hold me to that. But they run some test ads for you to determine whether or not your book is going to gain any traction or not. And based on the niche, there's certain thresholds that they have to hit before they say yes or no. So if they don't meet that threshold in the first test run, they won't take you on as a paying client. But if they do, if they do get enough feedback and it's a positive sign, then they say, hey, we got X amount of results. Here's what we can expect with the different levels of packages based on the ad spend that you want to spend. And they'll tell you, it's like, if you spend X amount, you're expecting 20 to 30 reviews, X amount, 50 to 60, X amount, 70, 80, or so on. And that's completely up to you. And mine was done over a 3-month period. So I spent $500 3 times over 3 months. And this is the results I got. And then for, I don't know how long they do the follow-up. I think it's up to 10 times. They go message the people to follow up to leave a review. And they do, and that's phenomenal because any of you who have ran Facebook ads or you've done the Facebook group method, you know the money's in the follow-up, and the follow-up is all the work, right? Because you got to follow up with these people on Messenger 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, right? You follow up until you're blocked or you get a review. That's what I tell my students, right? Follow up with people until they block you or until they leave a review, period. And so they do all of that work for you, right? But guys, here is where it makes so much sense to use Done For You KDP Reviews. If you're building a brand, meaning you're publishing multiple books on the same pen name around the same type of topic, Done For You KDP Reviews becomes the cheapest way for you to get reviews, period. Because you can go back to all of those people who left a review for your first book and you can message them saying, hey, I just came out with my second book in the series. Do you want me to send it to you? And you send them the book, right? The ebook. Send the same thing. And then you follow up with them to leave a review. And guess what? If they left a review on your first book, guess what they're most likely going to do for your second book? Leave another review. And guess how much ad spend you had to pay to get that second review? Nada. Because you own the customer, because you have them on your Facebook Messenger already. So that essentially takes what you spent the first time to acquire that customer and cuts it in half. But what if you do that for your third book? Well, it takes what you spent and it cuts it into a third. And it gets cheaper and cheaper the more you do it. And this is how you can build a relationship with the people who are leaving the reviews. And guys, you want a money tip? You want a money tip on what to do, right? I'm going to do this for my next book launch. I'm going to message them and I'm going to be like, hey, do you want me to send you the physical copy of my next book? Yeah? Great. Tell me where to send it. And I'm going to order the book. I'm going to ship it to them on Amazon. And guess what they're going to end up doing? Taking a photo or a video of the physical book and then leaving a photo or a video review for it. And you can do that because you have all of these people that left reviews on your first book and they liked it. You have a relationship built. So if you say, hey, do you want me to just send you a physical copy of the next book? Chances are they're going to say, yeah, that would be awesome because who doesn't love free stuff? Boom, money. So Done For You KDP Reviews makes sense the bigger you see this business. So it's really the perfect way to scale for the serious publishers. And that's what I love about this service. And real quick, guys, before I forget, before reviews even come into play, you have to have that first book created. So if you haven't published your first book, or if you've published your first book and it's just not performing the way you want, I got this free 3-day Publish and Profit challenge where I'll show you how to find a topic, write a book, publish the book, and make your first dollar from it completely for free. So there's also going to be a link down in the description for that as well. So that way you can get your book right, then use what you learned here today to get reviews for it completely for free. So link in the description for that. So to wrap things up, guys, the Done For You KDP Reviews, phenomenal service for those of you who are really looking to take your KDP business to the next level. You want to ensure you can get the maximum number of reviews on your account and keep your Amazon account as safe as possible. So go click a link, book a call with Will and his team, tell them Emeka sent you, and I'm sure they'll be able to hook you up with the absolute best deal possible and take care of you. Another thing I didn't even talk to you guys about was just the service I was getting from them. I was really impressed. Like, good customer service goes a long way with me. And like, just the updates, the communication, the professionalism, like they just nailed it. And I was really, really happy about that because they've improved a lot over the last number of years that they've been doing this. Like, this isn't a new company. They've been doing this service for a long time. They've just been scaling it and getting better and better and better. And I love to see that. So once again, link in the description, go book a call with them, tell them I sent you, and you'll get taken care of. Other than that, everybody, if you want the next video, go check it out up here somewhere on the screen. And until next time, everybody, I'm Emeka. Peace.